3, 2, 1.
Yeah. Well, I'm just a big fan of grotesquerie.
Behold, the 5th generation of home computer entertainment.
Boink. Whoa! Romper bumper, stomper boo. Tell me, do, Mr. Hail Bear, tell me today, did all my YouTube friends show up to play? Look over there. Who do we see? Hail Bear, who do we see? Well, who was first in the chat? Let's give them some credit for being first in the chat. And guess who it is? Of course, it's Jeff Young, Hail Bear. Jeff Young, he's always first. He is the new writer Jordan Gory Jury Lurie. That's what you meant to say. And Hail Bear, who else do we see? We see Vincent, and we see Peter Graves, and Record Man's here. David's here. He's usually working right now. Max Mars is here. Let me put these people on the screen, all these people. And then we have Gaz, all the way from Greens Bay, England. Gaz, what's happening? Hope you're still here. Good to see you. Jack is here. Yes, Jack. Shh. Jack, shh. And who else? Oh, Amina, Truth Seeker's here. Hail Bear. Who else do we see? Hail Bear. Hail Bear Butter Knives is here. Hail Bear. And who else is here? Oh, Hail Bear, respond to Butter Knives here. People say, what's up all the time? So I'll ask you, what's down? Well, there is the saying, what's going down? What's going down? What is going down? Well, I don't know. What's up? Well, what's going down? Well, what's up? Here we go. Nesshead, I got something from you I'm going to open on the stream today. Hail Bear is digging that idea. Douglas Gilbert, Hail Bear says hello. Richard James, Hail Bear says hello. Who else is here? Who else? Pumpy Vinyl, William. Hail Bear says hello. He's glad to see you. Sick intro, says Jerry. Hell yeah, Hail Bear's in it. Tall Bandas Bark. And you know what I like to call your name? You know what I like to call it, but I'm not going to do it to you right now. Willie, the little boy that Santa Claus forgot. Who is that? We're talking about Hail Bear. Hail Bear ain't no little boy. Don't you call Hail Bear a human name like that. He's Hail Bear. What have we got? Heckfar. Nice to see you, buddy. Okay, I can't hold up Hail Bear anymore. Stinky, what's happening? Okay, you guys, I like the little back and forth with people. That's fun. Drawing Hail Bear right now. Hail Bear. And speaking of fire, this is the only channel, people, where you'll see a light-up dollhouse toilet on a bastardized Halloween toy dating back to the late 80s, early 90s, holding nunchucks, wearing some bling, and sporting the face of a swinging singles magazine participant from the 90s. Unknown individual who lives on as Super Chat Charlie. What we got? Now, Charlie, you get over. I don't want you to get hurt, Charlie. So let's hope the cats don't knock you down or I don't knock you down. So hi, everybody. There is something else that we have to do in that whole intro thing. Well, Hail Bear is like saying who's here. This is what has to happen. Hail Bear usually has to say, oh, and who's that I see backstage? Who is that? Oh my goodness, it's Tim.
It's Tim.
And
my longest living friend from Ohio.
Hello, everybody. Good to see you on this Thursday night.
Right on. So what's up? What shirt you got on today?
I have a Butter Knives shirt on today.
Yeah, right on.
And once again, we'll keep it going. Happy birthday still, Butter Knives.
Oh, yeah. Happy belated Butter Knives. Hey, Butter Knives, Zuna, if you're here, please let me know as soon as you can.
when you're confirmed for devotional. I think you are, as far as I know. But let me know so that we can start advertising that soon. We're going to make an announcement very soon.
Yes.
But yeah, everybody, welcome. So it's Thursday, and I am wearing another T-shirt featuring a rock band on it, as I usually do throughout my 50 plus years of life. And it's also, as was last week's shirt, it's from the Kraftwerk show that I saw in Charlotte. This is the tour shirt with the cool stage show. What do you call those? Bitmapped guys. And then on the back, of course, the tour dates, because I love the shirt with the tour dates on the back. But yeah, the other tour shirts I've purchased at Kraftwerk shows over the years have been almost exactly the same, with the green, what is it, the 3D drawing, the real 80s 3D renderings of the four guys on stage. It's green and maybe a little yellow or something on a black shirt, and it's out of perspective. They used that same thing for tour shirts for God knows how many years, more than 10 years. So I have 2 or 3 shirts that have that same graphic on the front. This is the first one I've ever got with different something on the front.
Hang on 1 second. I want to answer a question.
Oh, that's great. Wait, that's great news. Butter Knives Butter Tune is confirmed. Pardon me. I had to offset the dog barking with a belch. Butter Tuna is confirmed for devotional. That's awesome. That's great. I talked to him the day before yesterday and wanted to make sure that we were all on point there. That's great to know. Tis a beautiful shirt. It's a good Kraftwerk shirt, I gotta say. The one I wore last week was cool too. It was the Man Machine. Tim, loving the new picture. Yeah, I told him that too. I thought the colors worked well. Oh, Tim, you got to unmute yourself, honey. There we go. Now you can start again.
And yes, it is a Shag original. It's number 32 out of 300.
Oh, Tim, by the way, sometimes when you mute yourself and I try to unmute you because you forget, it'll tell me you can't unmute them because they muted themselves. So just know that I can't always unmute.
Right. All good. So yes, it is a Shag.
Gaz, what's up, brother? Hello from Raleigh, North Carolina, and Tim is in Mentor, Ohio.
Yes.
And the Vinyl Dreamscape is here. Hello, Michael and Tim. Very nice of you to come in and greet us. Butter Knives. Oh, cool. All right, right on. All right. Good to know. So yes, Butter Knives is talking about, of course, upcoming shows for the band DeVoe. And this is the De-Evolution band from Ohio. You might not have heard of them, but they're doing some shows this spring, summer. And then there is the site. You want to go see all the dates. Yeah, so that's going to start in May. Not too far. We do have dates, Stinky. It's going to be announced soon, but I can tell you it's October 10th and 11th. If that's a Friday and Saturday, that's when it's going to be. But we're going to do a full announcement soon as we have a few things confirmed, which shouldn't be too long for now. So yeah, glad to know that Butter Tuna is going down.
Yeah.
I want to go ahead and get to this segment that we love to do. And this segment, as well as our other segments that you'll see, for the most part on the show, are all illustrated and animated by our friends Butter Knives and Zuna Tuna. And this next segment I want to do is something we've done for a long time now. And a lot of times I remember to do it. Sometimes I need reminding. But here we go with this little intro to this segment by Zuna Tuna, specifically this one. All right, ready? Positives. I love how the plus sign is positives. All right, now everybody else who's going to be typing positive comments, something happened to you positive in the last week, start it please with the word positive, so that I know what you're referring to. So positive, and then a brief explanation about something really cool and positive that happened to you, or not even really cool, just kind of cool or kind of good, or you got something checked off your list to do. I'll start, before I forget, with my positives. And my positive, wow, what was it, Tim? I forgot. Well, I think one of the positives is that Butter Tuna just confirmed for devotional. And
you got mail.
There was another positive. Oh yeah, well, I got some mail. We'll show you that later. There's lots of positives I'm going to tell you today, but damn, what was the one? Oh, here's the positive. I just found out yesterday that really close to my house, a 20-minute walk at the most. There's a free concert at a bar called the Tap Bar here in town in Raleigh. And my friend's band, Greg Clayton's band, Dallas Tetanus, is playing. And I just recently shot some video of them playing live. They're great. So yeah, it's going to be beautiful weather, like in the 70s in the day and 60s at night. So I'm going to walk over there and see a band tomorrow night. I'm pretty psyched about that. So that's my positive. Now Heckfar says positive, seeing Southern Culture on the Skids tomorrow night. Now they're from our neck of the woods out here. I believe they're from the Chapel Hill or something. I remember when they were big time out here. They were very popular in the 90s out here. Now, Butter Knife says positive, got confirmed for devotional and drew a picture for Mark I really like today. And we'll get him. I'm sure you'll be able to hand it to him. I'm going to try to make that work for you. Okay, Butter Knife. Don't worry. We got people looking out. Ness had positives, got paid $100 for a tiki drawing. Not bad. Just don't spend it on tiki drinks. You should get those free too. Vinyl Dreamscape positive, went back to work today after a few days off. Still a real job. Okay, so you just decided to take out a few days off work and hope you had a job when you got back. That's how it sounds. That's how it sounds. Hold on. Lots of positives coming up here. Let's see. Finishing up plans to go to Vegas for WrestleMania. Oh my God, Kami. Got to check out the Punk Rock Museum. Oh yeah, Punk Rock Museum is good. You know, the restrooms at the Punk Rock Museum, I only saw the men's. It's great. But I do have a report from Jalen, who was with me, our friend Jalen from Sub Pop Records, and she said the girls' bathroom was equally cool. So I would say check out the restrooms. The rest of the museum is cool too, but the restrooms,
the restrooms, dude.
The restrooms are a museum all unto themselves, unlike any other part of the museum. So check it out. Taliban is positive. I went to Washington, D.C. for 4 days. That's pretty close to me. It's awesome. My favorite podcast update today. What's your favorite podcast? Butter Knives, like I said earlier, I'm drawing Hail Bear. Do you want him to be doing anything particular in the drawing?
Like a Cobra Kai. Hey,
I want him to be animated. I don't care what he does, just animate him.
You can do some kung fu or weird shit like
you could make him do whatever you feel is the right thing, Butter Knives.
What does he want to do?
Butter Knives knows.
Yeah, I know.
She knows. All you gotta do is have a conversation with Hail Bear, at night before you go to bed. You know how people say their prayers at night? Kind of just have a conversation with Hail Bear around that time. Be sure you're kneeling next to your bed with your hands crossed.
And we want pictures. We want
pictures. Yeah. Jack Roger positive. Finally started working on my first black metal album. What? Wow. Cheers! And that gets a hail from Hail Bear. That's great news, Jack. And Jack, we're going to get to that thing you sent me, but it'll be a little bit. I can't do all the cool stuff right at the start of the show. I love Jalen. She's such a rad friend. Yeah, rock and roll soldier, that one. Jeff Young says positive made a chapstick jig. I'm gonna say it's chapstick. I'm just pretend it's chapstick. A chapstick jig. Made sense out of oak. So you made something out of chapstick, like somebody would make something out of oak, walnut, maybe. Yeah, you're talking way over my head, Jeff. You crafty arts and crafts motherfucker. Douglas Gilbert says I got my Gentle Giant CDs in the mail. Yeah, Tim. Does Tim know who they are? I don't know. I know the band name, and I can see those kind of proggy looking album covers with the fantasy paintings or something, but I don't know what they sound like at all. Have Hail Bear using the Crochet Clown's new mechanism for dancing. Well, we already have a Crochet Clown represented in animation, so but Hail Bear has no representation in animation wise. Okay, you're practicing.
Yeah. We're both doing it. You do it.
Tim, I told you, let me do it.
I was just doing it before you did. I thought.
Hey, Mike, I want to put this thing from Butter Knives on the screen, and I'll go, okay.
Huh?
We're already doing that. Hail Bear! Praying hands, guys. That was a good one, dude. That was a good one. Speaking of positives, Tim, what's your positive?
My positive was that I had a good sale this week, and I will share with the people out there what my sale was.
So if you guys don't know, me and Tim, one of the things we've done for years is selling things on eBay, and look what he sold. Okay, so Tim, that's a Taylor Swift album. How many years have you owned it?
I don't even know. A long time. It was a record store day one. I used to, like, from the get-go, I used to pick up 2 each of hers. My son's into her or whatever, but then everything ended up being worth quite a bit of money.
Do you guys see the price on that screen?
Now, this was the asking price.
This was the asking price. Now, it didn't sell for that, did it, Tim?
No.
Okay, so what we want you guys to do is, okay, if you look at that price there, what is it? Basically $1,400.
Right.
Whoever guesses what Tim actually sold it for, either the exact number or close to it, whoever gets close or exact will get an entry into the vinyl, the viewer participation prize drawing that'll happen. I'm going to say next month in April. So you'll get your name in a thing. Okay, so let's see what happens. We got two already. We'll give it just a few more seconds if anybody else wants to guess what Tim sold the $1,400 Taylor Swift record for at the end of the day. Okay, we got another guess. All right. Okay, we got another guess. This is good. I like this.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's numbers are, well, that's a different number there. Sold for more than it was listed. Somebody said, "No, it's worth this, man." Okay, we'll count to 10 and we'll end the guessing. Okay, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, everybody stop guessing. We'll end with Stinky's LOL at the end. Tim, do you want to Jeff, you were too late on the 50 cent. Tim, do you want to say who is the winner?
I will simply show.
Well, you guys say who's the winner.
Well, what say now?
Well, go ahead and zoom in on that. Or can people see what it sold for? Maybe pointing out with the cursor.
Yeah. So right.
It's really small on my screen, so I just
right down here. I don't know if you can see.
Okay, so who got that? Who got close to that?
Here was the subtotal. That was the asking price. Then of course tax. So this is the total we needed.
What? So you're going with tax or without tax?
No, without.
Okay, so so who got? I just because you're looking at the number. I'm not.
Oh, ironically, it was the very first guess.
Stinky, you were $1 off. He sold it for $1,000. So Stinky, you get your name in the hat for an entry there.
Yeah. So this thing, I was sitting there and I decided I'm going to sell it today, and I had people offering. And
it didn't sell that day, did it? It was up there for a minute, right?
It was up there for a minute, but I mean, I had it for even more. Just kind of feeling out the system because
right
there hadn't been any sold. So
right,
but yeah,
no, that is a good one.
Oh yeah, and in addition, like I always watch statistics as Mike knows, and so now this one's going up next. This was another record store day one. And it's going for between 4 and 6 at the moment. And again, I got 2 of them. So,
all right. Thank you, Kami. You are in the box for. That's your ticket right there. Awesome. Thanks for playing, everybody. Tim got $1,000 for that Taylor Swift. That's pretty good. Now I sold a record. The one that I sold recently, I think I showed it last stream, was that $114 soul. It looked like it might have been an early rap record, but it was actually a soul group. But that was the best thing I sold so far. I found a lot of stuff. I mean, I'll show stuff later. Just a couple thrift things I found recently. And if you guys haven't seen, there are a couple of videos I just put up over the last week. One is buying records out of some guy's trunk in Greensboro, North Carolina. And then the next one is finding 3 boxes of records on the street free here in Raleigh neighborhood, really close to my house. I got all the records home after a tip from my friend Jared. And, a lot of it was probably not stuff that most people would want to take home, but I'm going to guess at least $100 worth of stuff in there that I'll be able to sell. So, and I've been going through it and sorting stuff out on what I need to clean and what's just not worth doing anything with and whatever. So, but finding 3 boxes of records on the street is no joke. And if you watch that video, the very end, don't say what it is, Tim, but the very end, I show the holy grail of what was in there, and it's something really cool that I never would have expected. And it really was like one of the last records that I looked at in the batch, and I couldn't believe it. It blew my mind when I took it out. So that's at the end of the video.
And I also was going to show one more thing. I as Mike knows, I have a lot of stock, and and I just happen to be moving some piles to process because I go through, I clean them, then they go into one thing, and then I start the listing. Typing, and then they got to go for photos, etc. But anyways, I stumbled on this thing, and I know he's always a big deal.
I've never seen that.
Curtis Mayfield, and I gotta say the album is amazing. I thought,
weird cover.
What's that?
So what a weird cover on that thing.
Oh, I know. And of course, it's not a white label, but it is a promo. It says
yeah,
for sale.
I like those big pink stickers on that era. Like, you can't see it, but there's one of those back here, those big ass round promo stickers in front. I love those.
Yeah, but yeah, so I figured, okay, this thing might be, $30-$40. No, it's $100 record. So
no, that's cool.
Pretty cool find in my piles.
That's cool. Piles. That's all I heard.
Yep, piles and piles.
Carlos Santana wants Taylor Swift on his next album. I think everybody probably wants her on their next album.
And I think they pretty much already are. Like she gets whatever she wants.
Vinyl Dreamscape sold a Miles Davis for $300.
Nice.
Which
one? I'm curious which album, because I saw that Kind of Blue, the 59 pressing, just sold for it was just shy of $3,000.
I hardly ever find stuff like that, especially Miles Davis. It's in any condition worth selling. But the highest thing I ever sold,
if Miles Davis in rough condition, it still sells. I
sold something for a friend of mine, and I made a percentage on it, but she made the lion's share, and it was a Nirvana record. It was Bleach, the very first pressing, white vinyl. Can anybody guess what I sold it for? I'm not going to give out no ticket or anything, but we won't make it that official. But just guess at what I sold. Some of you might know the value. What I sold a mint condition white vinyl pressing of Nirvana's first record. Any guesses?
She never played it.
Anyone? Yeah, she said she may have played a little bit of it and didn't like it, so never went back to it. But anyway, she sold it maybe a couple of years ago.
2 years ago.
1,500. Okay, that's a guess. Okay, 1,500. All right, that's 700. 2,000. 798. Okay. All right, I'll let a couple more come in, and then I'll tell you what happened. Okay, 750. Okay, so what happened was I had it. I think this is right. I think I had it listed on eBay because I had seen what some of them had sold for in the past, but hers was in such good condition, like such minty new condition. Probably was still in the shrink or something. I had it listed for $3,900, and the person said, "Look, will you sell it outside of eBay? I'll give you $3,500 for it." I was like, "Yes." So I sold it to some guy basically via Facebook for $3,500. And when I looked at his Facebook page, which is one of the ways I vet people, like if I'm going to sell to somebody direct, I look at their Facebook page. His Facebook page was all posts about these really expensive Grail records that he buys all the time. Like just some really wealthy guy who just spent shit tons of money on this Nirvana record. So that was good, very good for my friend Ann. Ann, she's the one that sold it. So Ann used that money for one of her pets that was ill or in the hospital or something, which was really great. But the most expensive record I've ever sold by myself on my own via eBay was $550 or something like that. Maybe 500 is what it ended up selling for. Maybe I had it listed for 550, but it sold for $500. It was Purvis Leeway. It's his old soul or blues record from North Carolina, old black man. Had a kind of a psychedelic looking cover almost to it, but yeah, that was my first big sale vinyl wise.
I was wanting to ask Vinyl Dreamscape, which album was that? I'm just curious. And then of course, yeah.
Autobahn was it the drum machine? I don't know if he invented is the right word, but yeah, he certainly was really instrumental in developing the first electronic drum machine. Hey, Cape Cod Ken, another eBay seller, friend of ours. Look, what time is it? Okay, so almost 7:30. I want to tell you guys, this is actually another positive, and I might even mention this later in the stream because I'm so stoked about it. Okay, Tim, I'm gonna make you a little bit small real quick. So today I found out, actually last night I found out that something was going to happen that I've been wanting to happen for a long time, and it almost didn't happen. And it was back and forth for a while. I wasn't sure if it was going to be a reality or not, but now it is a reality, and I want to share this with you. Hold on a second. Let me get my crap together here.
So this is a baby.
I'm going to have a baby, and Tim's the father. I want to tell you guys about a band I love, and I really wanted to do a shirt for them, and I really, really wanted to. And I came up with a couple of things, and that almost didn't happen at all. It almost didn't happen. It was doomed. I thought it was doomed. But this is what happened, and I can't wait to show you what's available today. And limited, there's only 300 made, but check this out. I'm going to share this with you. Share screen. Here we come. Look at this, you guys. Oh, yeah. Is it shared? Oh, wait.
Not yet.
Look at this. Dudes. Look at that, dudes. Snooper. Are you guys familiar with the Snooper? I love Snooper. There's at least a few videos of Snooper on my YouTube page. Snooper is a band from Nashville, Tennessee. They're a punk band, a hardcore band, if you will. Egg punk is another genre that some people put them in, but they're very cool people. They played with Devo at a festival, Punk Rock Bowling. Saw them there. Over the past year or so, I've seen them 3 or 4 times. They're good friends now. I consider them good friends, and they're awesome, nice people. And I really wanted to do a shirt, right? So this shirt, see, I was talking to Connor about what kind of shirt he wanted, right? And he was saying that, well, you know, we've done a lot of shirts where people's drawing, their artwork, drawing is on it. And we've done a lot of those. I think most of them have been people's artwork. So he said, I want to do something photo related. So the only photo that I had, because I didn't really want to ask them for a photo and have it be something that may have gotten used for something else. So the only photo I had, and I looked through all these photos I had taken of Snooper, I didn't have anything usable. And my good friend Jalen from Sub Pop, who was with me at the Punk Rock Bowling show, snapped that picture of the mascot that's on the shirt. She snapped that at the concert. I had to fix it up a little bit, but basically that was her photo. And so Jalen's photo got to get used on it, which is awesome. So I got to design the logo, and there are these little blurbs to either side of him that are called fun facts. They're fun facts about Snooper, I guess, but the shirt is called Fun Facts. And the fun facts come from old packaging from an old vintage pocket calculator. I'll show you. Hold on. Yeah, check this out. Okay, check this out. I've had this packaging, this piece of cardboard since I was in college for decades. And this is an old pocket calculator thing. And let me make myself big real quick. Hold on.
You're big.
Hold on. Hold on.
Here, I'm going to jump off and then I'll jump back on.
That's okay. Hold on. So it says, the little circles on the shirt say add, subtract, multiply up to, there's a big number there, up to 9,999,999. And then it says ideal for businessmen, salesmen, housewives, accountants, students. Yeah. So those little 2 circles of text are on the actual, shirt. If I can get back to where I was, hold on a second. Remove from solo layout. No, remove from solo layout. I don't know what's happening here. Why can't I get out of this thing? I'm going to go off.
Yeah, don't
there we
do
go.
that.
Cool. Now, wait, where's the shared screen now? It says remove.
Yeah, it's not giving you an option to share it. How about remove it and just do it again?
Hold on. There. That's weird. Now it says add to stage. Okay, so I had to just. It says it was on stage, but it wasn't. Okay, so anyway, there's the Snooper tee. I'm really psyched that it's a thing. Only, like I said, 300 of them are being made. I believe that 100 of them might be going on tour with Snooper. So if you're going to be seeing Snooper on tour in the next few weeks, there may be a limited number of those on tour with them. I think most of them are being sold at the bifocal link that I'm going to put in the chat if I haven't already. There we go. Snooper Tee by me, Bifocal Media. That's the link. Bifocal's done a lot of shirts. They've done stuff with Devo. They've done stuff with Husker Du and Dead Kennedys and lots of bands, more than I could go through right now. But Snooper, man, they're doing Snooper now. I can't believe it. So there it is. That was one of my positives for this week for sure. And look, while we're speaking of shirts, can I just show you something else? In case anybody's interested, I'm going to make a few of these. Not many, not as many shirts as I made of Super Chat Charlie or hold on, stop screen. Okay, I'm gonna stop screen, and then I'm going to add another. Okay, you only share one screen at a time. Okay, so share screen. But this is something I've always wanted to do, and my friend who owns a screen printing place said, "Okay, I'll help you do that." And then where'd it go? Oh, here we go. Dig this, you guys. This is something I've always wanted on a shirt. Some of you who know me have heard me talk about this band over and over throughout my life, the Boswell Sisters. So this is a very simple, one color, half toned logo, on the front of a shirt. I'm guessing around the size of these guys here. The logo is an actual logo off a Boswell Sisters record with those little lightning bolt letters, the and sisters, those lightning bolt letters. I love those. But that's off my favorite Boswell Sisters album cover. And so if you're interested in Boswell Sisters shirt, which I'm guessing they'll be about $15-20 each, let me know via a direct message on social media or email or a text to my phone or however you can get in touch with me besides right now in the chat. I mean, it'd be cool to let me know in the chat if you're interested in a Boswell Sisters shirt. But let me know somehow soon what size you would need so that when I'm going to probably make a dozen of them or something, or depending on how many people want them. I want like 5 for myself and then a few for whoever wants them. So, but Boswell Sisters, let me tell you, they're a vocal jazz group. They started in the late 20s. They only lasted until the early 30s. I think they were around 6 years or something like that. But they are, in my opinion, they were kind of the first like punk rock music. They went against the grain on purpose. They got letters written about them to radio stations complaining that they sounded like savage chanters and they changed the rhythm of the songs too much and played too fast and all this stuff that people said about punk rock, right? So I love them, and there's the shirt. And so if you're interested, just let me know somehow soon, and we'll get some Boswell Sisters shirts printed.
And Max had a late edition here.
Oh, Max, I'm late, but I have a few positives. Finally got cable to connect to my amp. Oh, great. So I started writing a little tune. That's the musician in you, I'm certain.
And jump into another positive.
Oh yeah, I just saw that. Michael, that's awesome. I guess it was good. I can't believe that guy's still kicking like he is.
I was gonna say, like, I last saw him, I think the early 90s. And he was getting old then.
Okay, so Butter Nice has a long story here. Let's see. Random story. My friend and I made up a social media for a fake kid at our school named Kirkland Fernandigan. We messaged the whole school and everyone is trying to find out who it is. They can't tell it's our fake name. Oh, they know it's a fake account, but they don't know who's running it. Okay. The funny thing is that everyone believes it despite super shows. Oh, my goodness. Pearls before swine, butter knives. The social experiments, I'm sure with you are going to get more interesting as it goes. Social experiments are fun, and I fully support them. Fully support. He's a force of nature. He's one of those. He's the reason that you could almost say, look, kids, drugs are great. You're gonna live forever. Like,
well, and like, yes, he's skinny, but he's still freaking muscular. It's crazy.
Not many people would say, oh, I don't want a body like that when I'm his age. Not many people. By the way, if anybody's interested in doing noise tonight, maybe Jeff out there, somebody, I would love to do noise tonight if we could, but we would need 3 other people besides me and Tim to join us on screen at least. So I love social experiments. You guys could do one at devotional. You're all going to be there together. You could have one big social. Now it doesn't mean pranks. I'm not talking about pig jokes, like frat boy jokes. I'm talking about social experiments. Can I tell you, Tim, about a social experiment that I did when I was in college?
Let's hear it, Mike.
It's pretty good. I'll try not to make it too long. Basically, when I was in college, me and my friends all went to the cafeteria. This is my first year in college. I lived in a dorm. Right down the stairs was the cafeteria. And we would go there and eat the square pizza and the cereal that came out of the square towers. And, it had a popcorn machine, that kind of stuff. So one day I realized something. For some reason, I started a collection of sanitary napkin disposal bags that I would find at hotels and bathrooms, wherever, those paper bags for women to dispose of their sanitary napkins. And they would always have some kind of little image printed on them with the word sanitary napkin disposal or whatever. There was all kinds of them. So I collected them. So one day when I was in the cafeteria, I noticed that the popcorn bags that were sitting next to the popcorn machine were the same bag as the feminine hygiene bag. They just had a different graphic printed on them. So one day we took a pile of those feminine hygiene bags, took the popcorn bags, laid the feminine hygiene product bags down, and then we filmed on a Pixel Cam. Do you know what a Pixel Cam is, Tim? It was a camera that you recorded video on a cassette tape. It was skips.
Oh.
Really low end pixelated black and white video. Somewhere there's video of us videotaping the popcorn machine as people walk up to get their popcorn. And some people just get the popcorn and put it in the bag and walk away without looking at the graphic. And then some people walk up and look at it and they go, they just took and they walk away. Some people look at it and they see it after the fact and they're like, oh, whatever. And they go, some people go up and laugh. Some people took one. Like, it was all kinds of cool stuff. Then at the end, after we're done with our joke and people start filing out, I go get the bags, put the popcorn bags back, and I put the bags in my jacket pocket inside, the feminine hygiene bags, because it was winter. So I had a winter thing on. So I put it in the inside pocket. And as we're walking out of the feeling really good about ourselves, walking out of the cafeteria, security guard stops me. Excuse me, sir. I saw you put something in your jacket pocket. I was like, sir, I'm sorry. It's just feminine hygiene disposal bags. And he was like, what? Like, blew his mind. Like, what the fuck? He didn't know what the fuck just happened to his life. But that was a really good social experiment. I mean, to see people's reactions, man. Some people would not eat the popcorn out of that bag, even though it was obviously a stack of new bags, right? But it was like people were flipped out. And I still have at least a couple of those bags. I remember it had little flowers in red, a little flower thing with sanitary napkin disposal written in text. It was very whimsical.
Well, look at the social experiment of that woman in that sundress in front of the thrift store. And though she had an experience, the thrifter went right through it and still thrifted.
Oh yeah, well. Speaking of which, here this Butter and I's bought fart spray.
I thought I was going to get you to tell people about that.
No, that's your job. I don't want to relive that day. Now, Butter and I's. There used to be a thing when I was a kid in school. Elementary school, junior high school. These things were really big. They were called stink bombs, and it was like a little bit of methane liquid, I think, in glass vials, little tiny glass bottles that were all sealed up with glass. Like, they didn't have a lid or anything. It was just a sealed little glass bottle. And you would buy a pack of 6 of them or something at joke shops and then just throw them. This glass, you would just break the glass. Take them to school, throw them in the hall. It would clear the whole, it would smell like rotten eggs. And then you would take them to the mall and we would throw them off the top tier of the mall down into where all the jocks and the normies were hanging out. It would just like scatter a crowd like a hand grenade. And I mean, it was dangerous because it was glass. I mean, like if that got into, like if it shattered somewhere and some flew in somebody's food it shattered into a billion pieces of that glass. So you don't see them anymore, but I guess the spray is the way you have to go these days.
Here we go.
You can't really lob the spray though, because you have to kind of be where the spray happens, and that's tricky. Red popcorn would have been perfect. Well, see, that's then it becomes what's wrong with the popcorn? Like that would make sense to me. People were like shying away from red popcorn because what does that taste like, right? But popcorn looked great. It was hot, fresh, buttery. It was just the bag that said something about a bloody crotch napkin on it. That's all. That's all. Sprayable stink bomb. But it's like, wow. But if you have to be right there when you spray it, it's not like lobbing something to the bottom tier of the mall. You have to be right where you spray it, man. So I couldn't do that because I wouldn't want to be where it's going to smell.
Hey, missed this.
Running away is kind of weird.
Missed a positive, though it doesn't say positive.
Oh yeah, I saw that. I think I put it on for a second. Yeah, that's really cool. I've never seen them.
I saw them recently, and yeah, they're great.
Captain Spaulding, I haven't seen you in a minute. Hope you're well. Hope you're healthy and well, and I hope you don't look anything like your avatar. But good to see you, man. I have to. I'm gonna run and get a beer, Tim. Let me play a little video. Well, actually, nobody here's new. Nobody wants to hear how to get points on Captain Spaulding. Do you know how to get points? Do you know about the drawings we're gonna have? We're gonna have drawings every couple of months. I just want to tell Captain what it is. So, Captain, we have these drawings. Where are you? There you are. We're gonna have them. We used to have them just once a year, but now we're gonna have them a few times a year. We had one already this year, where I give away things, records, new releases, some other used stuff, some weird stuff, some art stuff, some stuff related to my channel, merch and stuff. But anyway, to get your entry into these drawings, you do things like join me for noise on screen, or there's different ways you can get points. So while I go get my beer, I'm going to play you guys this little quick minute-long video about how to get points for these drawings, and then you'll know and you'll be wise.
And so prior to, I just want to say, Anybody's thinking about, doing noise, type noise.
Yeah, if you're thinking about doing noise, let us know. Here we go. Some rules and regulations and great ideas for you and your children. Here's how to earn VPPD entries. You get 1 entry if you're the first or the last to post a comment in the side chat during any of my 2025 live streams, just like last year. You can also get an entry for every $5 donated in Super Chat. For instance, $10 equals 2 entries and so on. You can get an entry if the comment you leave on any of my videos, live or otherwise, gets pinned to the top of the comment section by me. Also, you guys know I do live noise sometimes at the end of my streams. You can get 2 entries if you join me on screen for any noise segment during my 2025 live streams. Also, throughout the year, I'll be coming up with other ways you can earn entries, like trivia questions and other sporadic whims I may have. So that's how you do it.
Yes, sir.
That's how you do it, kids.
It is how.
So yeah, but I do have some really great prizes, and I keep throwing more stuff in these boxes all the time. And like I had said before, once you get your name in the hat, just because we have a drawing, your name doesn't get chosen, doesn't mean I empty the hat and start again. Your name stays in there all year round, all year until it gets picked, really. So that's cool. That's going to be fun, and I think you're going to like the gifts. Now, one of the gifts I'm giving away, Tim, is that Talking Cat record.
Oh, nice.
One of those is going to be in a package at some point. I don't know if it's going to be next month. I haven't decided, but as soon as I know what our sponsor, Futurismo, is thrown in, I'm going to then pick prizes around those to make things happen. So I think, Tim, wait, I hope everybody who's drinking along has a buzz because I do. Did you see that?
Yes,
Ness, I can't believe you, Mr. Artist Extraordinaire, have such a common avatar, Nesshead. Can you please get on that?
Yeah, this is true, man.
Come on, Nesshead. Represent yourself. This is a fake Nesshead. This has to be a fake Nesshead account.
What's up? Yeah, this is not the guy I know.
Okay, here's the trick, says Better Eyes. If there are people around, spray it behind someone, then cover your nose. That way people... It's the sound, though, that it doesn't sound like a fart. So you have to put a silencer on it somehow. Maybe spray it through a used sanitary napkin. That'll dull the sound and then makes blood splatter everywhere. People really think they have a problem if they smell that smell and see blood.
Ooh, that's
not good. Not good. So here's what I think I should do, Tim.
What's that?
I really think I should start opening the mail because there's such interesting stuff in here that we're going to really have to go over some of it. And there's total mysteries, like what Nesshead, who's in the chat, Nesshead sent me. See? Nesshead.
Nice.
But we're going to open this last because that's the most mystery of all of them, because I kind of have an idea of what's in most of these. And
I'm going to mention
oh, my goodness, Arturo.
What's up, brother?
Arturo, it's so good to see you and hear from you. And I miss Chile and all my friends there so much. I always think about, when will I go back there again? How is that going to happen? But one day, I have my way, I will return to Chile. But really good to hear from you, Arturo. I hope I see you guys at a devotional again. How about this year? It's the 25th anniversary, by the way, of devotional this year, Tim.
I do know that.
I know. True Seeker, that face tells me you want to see some mail.
Did you read what was up?
No, I didn't. You have to let me know.
I was letting you know.
You got to say, Michael, I want you to read something on the screen. Ness, I'm higher than a giraffe's nutsack. I'm certainly going to vape. But a giraffe's nutsack, depending on the size of the giraffe, could be fairly low as far as nutsacks go.
I don't know.
Think about a guy on stilts. That nutsack is way up there, dude.
But that's
when I saw a skinny puppy, well, you're just talking about nutsacks that are high. If you want to go higher, you gotta say my nutsack is as high as a guy on stilts, is as high as Nivik Ogre's stilts during the Two Dark Park tour, Skinny Puppy, 1991, 90, can't remember. That tour was when Nivik Ogre had stilts and he was vomiting on the PA speakers as he was leaning on them. Yeah, I don't know if he was probably acting, but I think there was a little bit of heroin going on too. But giraffes' nutsacks are pretty high, Captain. I will give you that. I mean, not high as in height. They're stoned.
Yeah. Oh, all giraffes' nutsacks are.
Giraffes' nutsacks are drug addicts, man.
They're born stoned.
Giraffes' nutsacks will steal from you.
Oh.
They're that kind of drug addict.
And you've had this experience, correct?
Wait, this is Gaz. I wish Well, you know what? I wouldn't say a full-on meeting, but we did eat dinner in the same restaurant as Howard and a lot of the other bands were. And I believe at least they said hi. I know I met Howard Jones. That's for damn sure. I made sure that happened. But I think they said hi. Yeah, I don't think they actually shook hands, and but I think they walked by, and said hi. But I did. This is a weird thing about Howard Jones and that cruise. When I flew out to LA a couple of days before the cruise, staying at a hotel. The hotel was called Hotel Ziggy. It's kind of a rock and roll themed hotel. They have all these records, walls of records, filed by Spine, Spine. Just rows of them behind the desk where you check in. And back in the day, they don't really do this anymore, I don't think. But back then, when they first opened, they would give you a record player if you wanted one. It was like one of those Crosley ones or something. And they would let you pick a stack of records to take to your room to listen to. So I was overwhelmed. So this is a couple days, a day before the cruise, maybe 2 years ago, 80s cruise. And I'm looking through and I find Howard Jones' Dream into Action, my favorite Howard Jones album, right?
Great.
I was gonna bring to get signed, but maybe I brought a 7-inch instead because I thought it'd be easier to carry. Anyway, pull this record out. I thought, oh, that'll be fun to listen to. I'm going to see him tomorrow. When I get to the room, I realize it's like a Poland pressing or something. It's like some weird import. And this is my favorite album. So the collector of me is going, oh, I got to take this home. So I went down to the desk and I was like, look, I'm going to see this band. I told them the whole story about the 80s cruise. And this guy that I really want to see and meet is playing. And he's going to play songs off this record that you guys have in stock. And I want to know if I can buy it from you or if I could go buy a record from a place and just bring it to replace this record. He was like, you can just have it, man. I was like, wow. I was like, you rule. So cool. So like a Poland or a Yugoslavian pressing or something like that of Dream into Action. Still have it. And I did get Howard to bam. And he was pretty nice. I don't think he signed a lot for anybody. I think I was one of the only people that he did. Hey,
I have that South Korean pressing of that.
Burnbot, as long as you're here for the stuff I'm going to open mail-wise, which is going to happen really soon, I think you're not late. Although I think I remember a really good belt that you might have missed.
I don't know.
Now, Tim.
Yes.
While I'm gearing up to open the mail, do you have any things you want to share with the people about things you might have found or going to list on eBay soon, or your hopes and desires for future of humankind?
Oh, not a whole lot.
Not to interrupt, Tim. I just wanted to let Burnbot know. Burnbot, we have done positives just recently, but you can feel free to add positives, and Tim and I will put them up on the screen for sure, because we like your positives. Anyway, go ahead, Tim. Sorry.
Oh yeah, I mean, I did not go thrifting this week. Like I was saying, that the one item, the record that I found in was this.
Okay, right, yeah, we saw that. Okay.
I don't know much about this group. Do you know the Shirts?
Yeah, I've heard of them. I don't know if they're considered power pop, or it seems to me they're marketed as a power pop band, but I don't know. I maybe gave them a listen at some point in my life. Didn't really go back to them for whatever reason, but I can't tell you what they sound like.
Another one I ran across. It's over there. I can't quite reach it, but I don't know how it's pronounced. Is it Me Sex or My Sex?
I think it's My Sex.
Interesting.
Yeah, their covers look more interesting than the music sounds.
Yeah,
I have a couple of their records, but something about them didn't ring right to me. I guess it's a good time to start this, right? Yeah, 10 to 8. Okay,
cool. Packages, yeah.
We're going to do this, and I'm not going to forget this time to play this because I always forget to play this, which is illustrated and animated by our good friend Butter Knives, who I think is still here in the chat. And here we go. Check this out.
No.
And that was Butter Knives and Zuno Tuna coming out of the box.
Yes, it was.
I'm going to open them in the order I received. So the first one I got is the biggest. This is from my good friend John Michael Ford, aka the Rock Warrior, from Canada. He sent me something last spring. We opened a box for him. It was a couple of records. It was a Thor record, and he bought me because I asked him to look out for these Canadian artists. A band called Strange Dance and 80s synth pop. He got me 2 albums by them that I didn't have. So that was cool. But then couple days later, I got another box, and this one doesn't look like it fared very well. It looks like there's soft stuff. I kind of know maybe what's in here because he told me something was going to arrive. Maybe some new merch he's working on. We're gonna looks like new merch, and I think I just want to confirm before I mention. Okay, right. Okay, so this is now. I don't know if I have all the details correct because I'm not a sports guy, but Thor is Canadian and he's a sports guy. So there's a team that's celebrating the anniversary, and I think they're called.
Mike, your audio is sounding a little bit odd.
Oh, I'm not really close to the. Is it sounding better now?
Yes.
Okay, I'm not really close to the mic. Sorry. It's the Victoria Millionaires, I think is what they were called. And I believe they're a hockey team.
Yeah,
so anyway,
they're hockey, yes.
Every now and then he does limited edition Canadian, usually real ancient teams. He does limited runs of merch because he's such a hockey fan. So he said he got some limited runs of these things made, very limited runs. And he said, here, I'll send you some that you can open on the stream. And then if anybody wants them, you can sell them on the Thor site. So I'm not a sports guy, but CV could stand for anything. You can make up whatever. Now let's see what else is in here. I think it's more. It might be more of these millionaires, Vancouver millionaires. I wish I was more knowledgeable about it, but I'm not. Look, there's the black long sleeve, which is pretty cool. Very simple, and it's actual screen print ink. It's like old school screen print ink. And let's see. I think more of the same. Okay, so these are the black. This is a black short sleeve. There's a long sleeve. Now there's a short sleeve. I'm not even sure what sizes these are. These look pretty big. Another one of those. Okay, yeah, I think it's just those two styles of shirts. Okay. Well, if you're a sports person and you are interested in Canadian Vancouver Millionaires anniversary, it might be the 50th anniversary of the Millionaires or something, but there. I'm going to eventually photograph those and add them to the Thor store. Let me know if anybody's interested. Now, the next one I got in the mail. Oh, was this one? Now, this is a really cool one, you guys.
There's two questions.
Okay, yeah, let's do that before I open this because this is heavy. This is heavy, dudes. What are we doing? Oh,
Right there.
Wait. Sorry, I mean, do you think Mark is a better keyboard player than I was Jones?
Howard Jones.
Oh, I don't know. I'm not that kind of musician. I can't judge. I don't know what better. I don't know.
And then just comment.
Oh my God, Dave. Dave, the pickup artist, you guys. Every now and then he tells me a joke that I forgot he told before. So I think it's new and it's great. He probably told that one already at some point over the years, but I don't remember it. So.
And Mike, once again, I'm going to put that back up.
April P in April. Oh, I'll be there in April too. Late April. I won't be at Hotel Ziggy, but I'll be in the neighborhood.
But thanks to your review.
If you want to meet up, I think I get there the 22nd, the night of. Something like that. Oh, wait. Really? The mic's acting up right now?
No. That was before.
Oh, okay. It was just because I was too far away.
Yes.
Okay, so embarrassing place I ever farted. Probably in someone's face. Might have been Tim's.
No, I don't think so.
He didn't know it.
Oh.
He was asleep. It was when he was asleep on stream. Howard Jones. I know what you're saying, guys. You know what? Actually, it's probably where nobody could hear it, and it was a really good one, and I just wished somebody could hear it, and I was embarrassed that I couldn't share it with anybody because it was really funny, and I was laughing and coming by myself.
There's some funny ones. Oh, hey. Talk.
What?
Okay. No, it's
Really?
just I heard weird noise.
Hold on. Okay, so I'm going to just move the mic closer to me. Hold on.
And Butter Knives has got to go do homework. Here, I'll put it up.
Good one, Butter Knives. All right. We appreciate your service, Butter Knives, to this channel, to rock and roll, to art, to being a creator rather than just a consumer. Thank you.
And
Butter
for
Knives.
being you, don't stop.
That too. But Butter Knives, I really want you to see this. Wait, can you just stay for this one package? Butter knives? Let me know in the comments below. Shit, Joe. Let me know if you can have just 2 minutes. 2 minutes, butter knives. Let's see. Let's see if they respond. Okay, I shall remain. Okay, good. Butter knives. Check this out. Okay, so this is something that I've been waiting to happen for, I'm guessing, a few years, at least a couple of years. It's a project that somebody started. They contacted me and said, hey, we want your input or whatever. We need your help with this project in whatever way. And I said, okay, cool. And then recently they contacted me and said, hey, we're going to send you one of those things. And I kind of forgot about it. So.
Oh, there's a meows.
Check this out. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Meows are asleep. Look at her. Okay, check this book out. Now, I'm going to just hold the book up and you have to tell me what band this guy is in, okay? It's a book about a friend of mine.
Zunatuna's just stepped in.
It's a book about a friend of mine. Does anybody know? First person that says what band this guy was in the chat gets a entry into the next drawing.
Wait. Does that? Can I say?
No.
I know.
What's the title? What's the title, Tim?
Jeff just got it.
Okay. Of course.
About anything is gay. The Life and Music of Seth Putnam, and yes, Jeff Young got it.
And then Jack Reiser is in the chat right now.
Yep.
Jack, I'm so psyched to have this. I can't wait. Let's see. Caring about everything. Oh, this is so good. Hold on. I can't believe this exists. Hold on. Jack, where's? Oh, look at this. Special thanks to Michael Pilmer, number 2. Michael Pilmer, Barbara Donahue, Michael Pilmer, and Ken Felton for their participation in making this book. Anal Current Appreciation on Instagram for all his help for putting up with my. This is great. Okay, so I'm going to try to find the images, Jack, and just show at least one. How many images did I give you?
And he says, thank you for sharing.
How many images did I give you, Jack? Or how many did you use, rather? I'm just trying to go through to see if I can find, because I know all the images are probably one spot. Oh, there's one photo that I took. Oh, there 2 photos. Okay, there's 2 photos here. Jack, let me know if this is the only 2. There's 2 photos I took right here. The one of Seth's face. This is live in North Carolina when my band Crapper Keeper opened for AC right there. And then that live shot there is one I took back in 93 or 95, something like that. You sent me around 7. I used 4 or 5. Oh, great. Okay, let me just find another one. Oh, man, Seth was a hoot, man. Wait, is that? I took that one too. Wait, it's not credited, but I took this one too. That him standing. He's at a Mark Mothersbaugh art show in this one right here. That art behind him on the wall. This is when he had a cane. This is after his coma. But he was at a Mark Mothersbaugh art show, which he never goes to art shows. But I was in Boston at an art show, and he came to meet me and Claco Picaco. If anybody knows who that is. Hold on. I'm still looking. There's a lot of good pictures. Oh, we can't show that one. We can't show that one. That's a very famous picture we can't show. Hold on.
Jack had a comment down below.
Oh! It's okay. Yeah, that was at the Mark Mothersbaugh art show. Look.
Oh, yeah. That's in Mike's house.
That's framed in my house. That's a letter that Seth sent me, and he traced his foot. There's this whole story about footprints. I don't know if the book gets into the footprint thing, but Seth and I had this footprint running joke, and so he would trace his foot on stuff and send it to me. This is so cool. I can't wait to. Okay, so I didn't really say it out loud, but this is Seth Putnam was in a band called AC, otherwise known as Anal Cunt, and they were pioneers of grindcore. Certainly, in a lot of people's eyes, grindcore, which is a very, very brutal, fast, very brutal, and in this case, very gay form of rock and roll. Grindcore, Anal Cunt, AC. Long live the music of Seth Putnam. Seth was a cool guy. You know, Seth's favorite band, and the reason he and I met, Village People. And he wasn't even kidding. He wasn't even being ironic. He had a fat Village People collection. He had a real good knowledge of all their singles and the B-sides and well, it doesn't mean I'm gay. It just means Tim got me pregnant.
No, but here, now keep going. Now read.
Well, you can only guess with Tim. I got a pretty good guess. I mean, I just love this title, you guys. Caring about anything is gay. So just in case you guys don't get the reference, Animal Cunt had a tendency, especially on one album, to do songs that were just called Something is Gay. Like technology is gay, you're gay, your band is gay, whatever. Insert famous person name here is gay. They just did a whole album of everything is gay. And so I think when Seth died, some of the first posts you saw was Seth Putnam dying is gay. So it had to be, the book had to have is gay in the title.
It had to be gay. It had to be gay.
Oh, I don't know if he was closeted. He was wild, man. This guy was just a few steps away from being as confrontational as Gigi Allen.
And
I mean, he did some horrible stuff to people when he was out of his mind on drugs and doing rock and roll. He was always nice to me. He was always a cool guy, very smart, intelligent, funny guy. But he did some crazy shit that fucked people up at rock shows. But he was a true artist, man. He and his favorite band was the Village People. It was not a lot. That cool?
No, right down here. Down
okay.
Max had a comment.
Well, here's the thing. Being gay is one thing. And I think people tend to say, oh, they're gay or I'm gay when they actually kind of mean I'm bi. Like, I think bi is kind of probably more normal or more prevalent, I would hope. But, I wasn't even that lucky. So I would never want to be just gay. If I was going to be anything but straight, if I had a choice, I would probably want to be 50-50 bi, right?
And Butter and I wanted to make clear.
But it's all about how you're wired, huh? Oh, yeah. Oh, I hope so. If somebody's not talking about you, you're fucking up. All right. Now, this next one, Tim.
Yes.
This is what I've been talking about. This is the reference to something really weird. I think I made a reference to something really weird being in the stream. This is something that I'm adding to a collection I have that I'm pretty much a completist about. And I couldn't believe I found it. This is an eBay purchase. And Tim, I never spend money on eBay.
I do
hardly ever.
Yeah.
But this thing popped up as something I might be interested in. And I was, and I got it like that. So this is several things in here, Tim. I'm going to show, because there's one thing I was interested in, but it came with several things. I'm going to show the other things.
Wait, that's not that giraffe's anatomy, is it?
Giraffes, nut sacks are not that high.
Oh, okay.
I mean, weed-wise they are, but not height.
Gotcha.
Anyway, Butter Knives, thanks for staying for the AC book.
And Jack had this to say.
Jack. Speaking of that logo, one of the funnest things I got to do for Seth that he actually asked me to do over the years was create AC t-shirts, Anal Cunt t-shirts for their tours. And when he sent me that logo, the first time he sent me that logo, and I don't know what logo you use mostly for stuff you've done with AC stuff, but the logo I got, I had to, because it was all wonky to me. It was like, it wasn't symmetrical. It just didn't fill the space the way I wanted it to. So I actually took one of the logos and kind of straightened it up a little bit so that it didn't look crooked on a shirt. I don't know. I remember having a battle with that logo, but I used that logo on quite a few shirts that I did for them. It's a really graphic logo. Okay, so Tim.
Yes.
Here we go.
Max had this to say. He said, the second you click on the stream, you get hit by the gay beam.
That's a good little. That's lyrics, Max, for your band.
Oh.
I'm telling you, that might fit right in. Now here, see, Tim, you see there's several publications in here.
Yeah, and I saw something blue.
Yeah, so I'm just going to go here right off the top here. Packed really well, I must say. Okay, right off the top, we just got this pamphlet. What shall we do with the murderer? Okay. Now this, a treatise for the retention of capital punishment, the Bible and News, Savannah, Georgia. So it's just all that about capital punishment. That's that. Now that's not the one I bought it for. Then there's this one. Reflections or Recollections of Life. Carl M. Neal talks of Benny Davis about his life and victory in Christ. Okay.
Was that Erections of Life?
Well, let's see. Oh, they cut off the picture right at the erection. Look, all the erections are cut off. Wait.
Those bastards.
What's going on here? Okay, this is nothing. That's not what we bought it for. And look, is this what we bought it for? Not really, but is honestly outdated. Look at that.
See?
She's being lied to. Whoa, Tim. She's being lied to in that store. What's this?
She's selling something to that little girl.
Popo's messing with people?
No, they're picking up people.
Now look, see that little hole punched in the corner? I wonder what that's for. To hang it from something?
Yeah.
Oh, look what's happening here.
Uh-oh.
Uh-huh. Getting high.
Mm-hmm.
He's got some all-stars on, it looks like. I think one of his foot's in a
it is. Those are.
Wait, isn't one of his feet this one in a weird medical shoe or something?
No, they're
it's like one of those toeless medical shoes. Okay, well, this isn't the one I bought the pile for.
Nah.
Is this one? Whew, man, maybe.
I hope one of them. Wait.
They that so in tears. Look.
Okay. Well, yeah, with that hairdo, I would too.
No pictures in this one. This is the one that needed pictures. Man. Well, at least we got that one picture.
No, it's just a book of their tears.
You might think this is the one I bought it for, Tim. Nervous Christian. Now
that's pretty good, actually.
Doesn't that look like a 1980s or 90s punk rock band? Nervous. That's their tape cover right there.
Good.
Right? Nervous Christians. Moody Press.
That's the new HR.
I'm trying to find the year. What does that say?
Oh, right.
1960.
I'm seeing
1950, 1960 something. Yeah, it's 50s or 60s. Anyway. Can psychiatry solve soul problems? Right? No pictures, of course. Okay, let's just cut to the chase. Nervous Christian's okay. This is a close second to why I bought this stack. But Tim, are you ready for this? Is everybody ready for this? Because this is really something
is it Meryl Womack something?
No. I was just going to say, sometimes I'll find something by, a weird thing like Meryl Womack I've never seen before. This is kind of one of those situations.
But these books. Oh, no way.
Look at this book, you guys. Do you guys know?
Wow.
You guys know
the edition, too.
Little Richard Miller. Let me show you who Little Richard Miller is. So one time about, 10 years ago, 5 years ago, whenever it was, I was at a thrift store here in Raleigh, and I found several albums of the same title. And there's 3 of them, and they were all this. And I'd never seen it before in my life. It was Jesus Use Me, Little Richard Miller, Born Without Arms and Legs. Okay. Little Richard Miller born. So I found 3 of these, sold one for $100, kept the other 2. They're all in the shrink, all together. I couldn't believe it. And then look at the back. Richard Miller. There he is. Right? So since then, I've found other Richard Miller albums, 2 other ones. But I never knew that there was a book, you guys. Okay, now, I've never looked at this book, but I'm going to guess that.
But I really want a video because,
now, look, I got the book, and now you want to up the game to try to find a video. Can we just enjoy the book?
How is he playing the guitar? How is he playing the organ? How's he doing these things?
That's common man question, Tim. Of course, that's a question, but we're not going to be so obvious.
I need to know.
Well, maybe if you paid attention here, you might learn something. Look at this. What is this? That's him playing. Yeah, that's great. Hold on. Look, there's him playing the guitar.
Yeah, well, he's supposedly holding the guitar, but
look, dude, the Lord works in mysterious ways, Tim.
Oh, no.
This is your God. You shouldn't be questioning him.
No.
Look at that handsome fella. Little Richard. Now, do you know that his first single, I believe, that was released on 10-inch acetate was called Don't Flirt With Me. He did it when he was less than 10 years old. Look.
Jeez. Hey.
Look at him writing with these graffiti.
It's crazy.
He's tagging a wall.
All right, Mike.
Can you believe this? Look.
Jeez.
Can you believe this?
Zuna had a comment you might laugh at.
See, it's all about up. It's all about upping the game financially. Oh yeah, look at these backstage photos, man. I never look at every page almost has a photo. It's probably every photo he had to his name is in here. If I said, Richard, send us some photos, he sent him a box. Look at him in front of his bus that he could drive. That's him in a wheelchair, but they had a bus that he could actually drive. And on the back of that record there that I showed you, it tells about how he has a special bus that he can drive on tour.
And Dave had this comment.
Little Richard didn't have a leg to get up, didn't need it. He could ride a damn horse. Anyway, what a good find. And yeah, perfect condition.
It's amazing. Yeah.
So yeah, I saw one of these listed online for like $89.
Get out of town.
I paid $20 for this whole pile, including shipping.
Yeah, that one just before that was great too.
This is such a cool addition to my collection. I'm so at some point
you gotta put those on the wall.
No, this is I'm just gonna republish this.
No, but like the one of the records or whatever, it's like you gotta get one of them up.
Yeah, which one do you think I want to get up there, Tim?
Yeah.
Go find it, bitch.
Max says the gluttonous beast. Butter Knife says the ghoul.
Now here we go. Oh, the Ghoul was in Ohio. The Ghoul.
Oh yeah.
The Ghoul was an Ohio television show, which I barely knew about, but our friend Mark, who was a little older than me, knew about it, and he recorded the theme song for me. So I knew the theme song, but I didn't really watch the show.
Well, and Ghoul was short for Ghoulardi.
Ghoulardi, that's right.
Yep.
Devo was heavily influenced by him. Yep. They were like the right age. I was just a little too young to have been getting into it. But that's our last package for the mail segment. And this is from Ness Head, who is still here, I believe, in the chat. If I'm not mistaken. Ness, can you tell me if you're still here, brother?
I think he too might be as high as a giraffe's nutsack.
Oh, you got to take it higher. Okay, so I have no idea what's in here. Ness just recently asked me for my address, and so gave it to him. And something is in here for me. Now, Ness, is he still here? Hey, B. Oh, it's all right. Thanks for showing up. You might want to rewind this later and watch some of the shenanigans we've been going through. I just showed a couple of really cool books that you will never see anybody else show on YouTube.
He's not wrong. He is not wrong.
But Ness Head's still here. Okay, Ness is still here now. If you don't know Ness Head, he is a professional weirdo artist. He's also a professional nerd and geek for certain toys like Funko Pops and shit like that. He designs.
He's designed some.
You know what a circus punk is, Tim?
Circus punk.
Yeah, circus punk is those things when you would throw a baseball at that circus game and you would try to hit that stuffed thing and knock it backwards. Yeah. It was kind of shaped like almost like a really fat bowling ball.
Yeah. Like the baboon he has.
That's some kind of baboon or monster face on it. Yeah, so he designs those, which is cool. So he sent me something. So we're gonna see what it is. Oh yeah, nice packing. Oh. It's a Vancouver. It's Thor's
long sleeve.
Oh, look.
That's
that is Martin. Oh, my good boy, Marty. Look at him. Devo's going to sue me for using their dome. Man, is that? Yeah, it feels good, man. What kind of process is this printed with? Do you know? Oh, no, it's just like, I'm going to tear up. Marty, I love you, buddy. Oh, I'm going to get all teary. Ness, that was awesome, dude. Thank you.
And little Miss Meows is still behind.
Yeah, look at her.
Now she is asleep. Earlier, she was cleaning herself. Meows her. Meows.
She was really wanting lap time right before we went live. So I was having to tell her no. By the way, let me go back. Hopefully we haven't missed anything in the chat that's important. No. I just wanted to look over here to see how Fonzie's doing.
How Fonzie's doing?
You know what I'm talking about. how Fonzie's doing.
That's what I heard.
You know, the Fonzie reference. The Fonzie reference we sometimes make on this channel. Okay, we need to get the Fonzie number up. So typically, we have a pretty good number of weirdos watching. Probably some normies mixed in too. But the thumb thing, that little like button, I like to have that at least up to where the number of people watching is represented, because the algorithms like that, and then they'll share my channel with supposedly like-minded people. And Tim, I'm going to bring you back to the fold here. I'll show some thrift stuff in a little bit, but we'll stop show and tell for a minute. Hold on, how do I do? Hold on, boom. Okay. So did anybody say they were into noise? I didn't see anything.
I did not either.
Well, you know, it's up to the people. I still haven't used that Curious George tape. I'm dying to. Okay, so let's see. We did that. We did the Thor stuff. We did the religious pamphlets. I have some thrift stuff we'll show in a little bit. Oh, I wanted to mention there's a Dead Kennedy's picture I showed in the last stream where Jello Biafra is holding his hand like this. And I was saying that it was from a poster from one of their old albums. And the album I showed that just happened to have the poster slipped in the back of the sleeve in my collection was not the album it was from. I thought something was wrong. I showed Plastic Surgery Disasters, but the poster was actually from Fresh Fruit from Rotting Vegetables, which is makes more sense to me. But yeah, it's a collage thing. And I met a guy online who was a photographer back in San Francisco in the 70s, 80s. And he was at the first Dead Kennedy show where he got that classic photo of Jello doing this. And I'm supposed to talk to that guy this weekend. I'm looking forward to it.
And I have a lost positive back when it got lost in the chat.
Oh, I bet my hard drive died. Boogie Boy's Basement was a godsend and reshared everything I lost. Oh, yeah. Boogie Boy's Basement's got it going on.
No, but you should see that they actually reshared everything that they lost at the Drive Problem.
Well, yeah, Boogie Boy's Basement has been an archive for that bootleg. And the only thing they share with people is stuff that was never released officially by the band. And once something bootleg does get released by the band, which has only happened once or twice, they remove it from Boogie Boy's Basement. So they share everything free. It used to be they would send you CDs in the mail. But now, of course, it's just file sharing. So they keep it going. And another site that deserves a lot of praise is Huboon.com. Huboon is HUBOON.com. And that's basically the Devo Live Guide, which archives every single live Devo concert that's happened since day one, even if it got canceled, if it was booked or got canceled or whatever. If there's any record of shows existing in any form, Huboon.com has it. And that guy's kept that site going for many years, you know. None of these people make money doing this. But thanks, Jeff, for the thumbs. And it seems like a ridiculous thing, people, that thumb thing. And it is. But if you think about it like Fonzie, you might want to Google Fonzie, kids. Fonzie.
Jump the shark.
I can do noise. Okay, well, we need two more people. It doesn't look likely at this point. You know, it's 8:20. I should go ahead and do this. I have a couple of thrift scores. Not much. Two things I got that I'm keeping for myself, Tim. One thing is I got me a bluegrass CD, Country Gentleman, and I tend to like my bluegrass old. The older, the better. And this isn't 30s and 40s like I would want it, but it's like 50s, 60s. So I gave this a shot. This was like, I don't know, 50 cents or something at the flea market. So pick that up. And then I got this at the same sale. And I'll pick up a James Brown CD that I don't have whenever I find it. But this one is cool. It's like a solid silver disc. And you never know what you're getting. You never know what kind of comp it is, what era it was recorded. But I tell you this, I've got a few James Brown CDs of various compilations. This one is the best, dude. I mean, I don't know what it is about the performances on this. They're like dirtier, funkier, like more kind of jams, like more like funkadelic kind of funk. I don't know.
I found that on vinyl in poor condition. Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Papa's got a brand new bag. There's probably a dozen CDs with that name, right? Or albums.
It was when it first came out.
It's a compilation from who knows what country, but or maybe it is the album. Who knows? But it sounds like some of it's even live. But it was cool.
It rotated, and it's just a great recording, like you're saying. It's like
it was really good.
That guy, he was amazing.
Okay, so now I don't know what this is. I think this might be some kind of modern indie rock or something. I've never heard of it. The band is called the Appleseed Cart North Star Ordination. So it's a 7-inch.
Huh.
This is something I found at a thrift store.
Show it. Oh.
What is that? Something Records. Grave Face Records. Here's the back. Oh yeah, Grave Face, little skull on there. There's the back. I forget what kind of music it is. I'm gonna guess indie rock or maybe shoegaze. I don't know.
It's gay.
And then look, nothing much here. But this, I got this for a quarter at that, that shop that sells these things for $4 for a quarter, or $4 for $1. So this is, at least in this condition, I can get $5 or $10 for it. This is a weird Christmas record from a different country. Some artist named Pilita. Yeah. But it's this artist and a child singing this Christmas song, and for some reason it's a thing. I forget what country it's from. Maybe Greece or something. I don't know. Now this is Jan and Dean. What is that considered? Rock and roll or soul?
No, surf rock.
Surf rock. Okay, so this is worth some good money. This promo, and it's really
nice shape.
It's really nice shape. It's very clean. I can't remember exactly what it's worth, but I think that's one of the more valuable ones in this stack. And then there's this, which isn't much valuable, but it's pretty interesting. The 44th Street Portable Flower Factory.
Never heard of it.
It's just some 60s stuff, and it's on Scholastic Records, though, which is weird. Let's get
I've got some pretty great ones recently, like on Scholastic.
I think it's covers, like 60s music covers or something.
But a lot of times, like, you got to read who's singing it, because you'll be amazed, occasionally.
I don't know if you've ever heard this guy. I forget what kind of music it is. The Boys Next Door. Can't remember if it's soul. Cameo, it might be soul. I can't remember. This one, I can't remember what kind of music it is. It's Bobby Caldwell. For some reason, this was worth getting. I'm gonna guess that might be soul too. This even Doris J. This in this shape.
TK. No, that's disco. Oh yeah, that's She Sells. She Sells.
Yeah, so it was in great shape. Now this is really weird. Okay, this side is do not play this side, one-sided record, and this side is the Dairy Farm.
Oh yeah, I love that stuff.
Dairy Farm Panorama. So it's basically a recording of this person talking about basically how the milk gets delivered to neighborhoods, and it's just this really whimsical little story.
Show us how does the milk get delivered?
Well, I gotta think about that. I think it's like that. Now this is the one I was going to keep for myself, but it's this artist is so sought after, and this is not an easy to find one. So, but it's Lonnie Robertson, and he plays the fiddle, square dance and fiddling. It's really good. It's everything that I like about the hillbilly gospel and the deep South gospel that I've been listening to lately, but it's not gospel. But it's really good. This guy, you can look up Lonnie Robertson, and
I didn't know you like that stuff. I got a ton of that.
I love fiddle, bluegrassy.
Now Mark wants the ones that has just the music on one side and the singing on the other. It's
Lonnie Robertson and the Caney Mountain Boys. Yeah. And I like how it says 5 minutes of music on each side. I love that. So that was the 7 inches. And then there were weird cassettes I found, but nothing really spectacular, but I'll show them. It's weird stuff. Like this Latin band called Grupo Wao de Magazine. I mean, this stuff is just worth just enough for me to buy it. This is some propaganda. Who are the Arabs? Some maybe Christian right-wing propaganda guy. What's his name? Arno Frost. His name is Arno Frost. But I looked him up. His stuff sells on record and stuff. And this one is another Latin band, Los Tucas. They have a cool logo. Look at that, Los Tucas. And there's how it's spelled, Los Tucas. But yeah, that one. And then, here's another Latin one, Pedro Conga.
Oh, little risk.
And then this is the most interesting one, the Wildwood Girls live at Dollywood. And I looked them up, and they were, I don't know if they were specifically only played Dollywood, but they may have been a house Dollywood band. But they have a few tapes out, and they tend to sell. So I figured I'd rescue it and put it in the Wildwood Girls, y'all.
And I forgot. I just found one more thing that I'm getting ready to put up online, and it's this here.
Hold on a second. Let me refresh that. What? Oh, let me get you back up here. Boink.
There we go.
Hold on. We can't see because you're so small. I can't. Oh, there we go. Oh, Taylor Swift. Is that autographed?
Yeah.
Is it autographed?
Yes.
Okay, let's see. Indie finds at thrift stores are always neat. Indie finds thrift stores are neat. One of my coolest thrift finds was a single. Oh man, that sounds excellent. Advertising a puppet show expo. Holy crap! Now I
Mike,
just put a record. I just put a record on eBay.
I have a double. Remember, I showed it to you. I have a double, a gatefold, double set of a puppet show, and it was a puppet expo, and it was 68. So I might have the big part.
Oh
that.
Wow. Well, I found a record recently. It was a 12-inch vinyl, one-sided, and it only had a couple minutes of music on it, but it was jingles, like advertising jingles for a company called Kingsbury Homes. So it was a house building company. And it's really great. I just put it up on eBay for like $50 or something because it's so weird. But I looked up the history of Kingsbury Homes, and I guess they're not around anymore, or maybe they're not. But I think it was like one of those 50s, family style houses, the perfect little American family. But I love records like that, radio promo, weird, jingles, and this whole genre that we discovered recently, the industrial musical, which is companies that will put out records that are basically little pop vocal musicals, but all the songs are about their product. Like I got 2 records that were from a calculator company called Monroe, and it's all these people singing about these 1969 calculators that were going to change the 70s and reinvent how people did business. Is it Mark who collects poo on the toilet figurines? Yeah, they're not really on the toilet. There's just little figurines that are squatting and they have poo. I guess some of them have toilets, but he collects those. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think there's a certain store, there's a certain country you get them from or something. I don't think just random people make them. I think it's from a certain country and it's culturally relevant somehow. I don't know. I love weird, obscure stuff like that. Yeah. Weird cassettes for sampling. Well, B, that's why when I do noise, I pick up these kind of cassettes. This is, what's it called? Doubt Your Doubt. And then I got this one recently, which we haven't used for noise yet. This is a Curious George Goes to the Firehouse. But yeah, if those are cheap at thrift stores and they look like they're in good shape, I'll pick those up all the time for this show. Tim.
Yes, sir.
What are you doing?
I was looking at a couple things to see if they were interesting enough to show, but I didn't find anything.
I think this is interesting enough to show. This is something funny Butter Knives did. Check it out. Before I end this thing. So if you see a friend of yours, what are you doing, Tim?
Yes.
What the fuck are you doing?
Yes.
I love that.
And the funny thing is, I don't know if anybody was there, but like literally that was basically that happened exactly.
And they illustrated it. They were done with it before the stream was over.
Yeah, yeah. So that's why it was even all the much better.
They emailed it to me right after. It was so crazy. Okay, so yeah, I had some CDs, but
we did too, Zuna.
I had some. Oh, same. I know this punk band. This is kind of hard to find. I got this CD. I'm going to put on eBay. Peg Boy. They were like late '80s or early '90s, I think.
Yeah, I don't know them.
But that's a nice, hard to find CD. But some of this stuff is just way out there. Oh, this is a rare rap thing. And this band, if you look them up, they only put CDRs out, but the CDRs sell. Taha Nation. CDR. But sometimes their CDRs are in paper sleeves or cardboard sleeves. This just happens to be in the jewel case. So we'll see if that goes away. This is funny. Keith Sweat, dude. I got a Keith Sweat CD, but it's a promo.
He doesn't sell too often.
Well, no, but it was worth it. It was like, these are so cheap. But yeah, nothing really interesting right there. But we keep plowing through listing stuff on eBay. I'm really getting to a point where I'm getting comfortable. Of course, I brought 2 crates of records home the other day, so that sets me back a minute.
And I'm going to mention too, anybody out there that would like to expand their CD collection, a friend gave their entire collection to me to sell, and I really think that the bulk of them are better together. It's mainly rock, classic rock, and going into alternative. That's like the era. But if anybody's interested, reach out to me, and it'll be a steal.
Nice. Yeah, the bulk thing I kind of try to do sometimes, but it's so dumb. I don't know. I just like, I keep waiting. Well, maybe I'll add a couple more items to it before I list it. I don't like to do that.
It's never been successful for me. That's why I'd rather do the people I know, because like got a lot of great stuff that's, you know, in perfect condition.
Sometimes it's just a means to get rid of shit at some point, you know?
Yeah.
When you do those lots. Well, this stuff that I found, you know, on the street, there's some things like there's a bunch of classical that aren't really necessarily worth anything on their own. $2, $3, but they're all in great shape. I don't know if there's anything even common with them, but I think I might just try. I think Ken does this sometimes. He just puts a lot of 7 to 10 records up for $30 or something, and they go. So the only reason I want to do it is not to make that money. It's just I don't want to. These albums seem too good a condition to just not do anything with. You know, hi Cricket, how's it going? So I feel like, man, they're clean enough. I don't even have to wash them. I could just put them up as X or better condition. Whatever, classical records.
Jack has something to say down here.
Oh yeah, I like noise music, Jack. But let me tell you, I'm really picky about how I discover new music typically, because I know that if I discover it one of two ways, there's a bigger chance that I'll really like it and feel a connection to it. And that is either seeing the performer live or hearing the stuff on a physical format, like whether it's a cassette or a CD or a CDR or a record or something. Those are my two favorite ways. So going to Bandcamp and play, I just don't know. I'd rather give your music the respect it deserves and discover it another way. Also, it just means I'm going to like it.
This is in referencing to the restored or remastered Devo music videos.
Oh yeah, I don't know much about that. That's a Peter Conheim question. Hold on. Let me look at it. What's it saying? According to Jeff Warner, they're originally going to be a Blu-ray. I don't know anything about the video deals. The only Peter Conheim is the guy from Negativland. He's the guy that crickets, dude. Holy balls. Anyway, Peter Conheim is my friend from Negativland who I got to shoot video of Devo on stage a few times. And then he, started talking to Mark and Jerry, and he lives way close to them and has a lot of skills with video and editing and stuff. So perfect for him to get in there and start digitizing a lot of stuff. And in fact, I think he digitized a lot of the VHS tapes that I've been collecting since I was a kid of footage of random interviews and stuff. And I think some of that stuff you're seeing on Devo's social media these days, those clips are taken probably from those VHS ones that I sent for Peter to digitize. So he's done a great service to the band. And I just don't know much about that project. I've never been a video guy. As far as being able to really archive a lot of it or do anything with it, I just haven't had that skill.
Wasn't that Tom Chicky that did that?
I don't know if he did video. Early on, where Danny mentions the Dead Kennedys, they're like getting spat on. I don't think anybody likes getting spit on. I just don't know if that's a thing. I mean, most people I know that got spit on did not like it, including the Dickies. They hated it.
And the Devos, they didn't like it either.
Nobody likes it, I don't think. We used to shoot spitballs at my friend who was in a band. We would get in front of him and just we'd bring those big fat McDonald's straws, and the straw paper made the best spitballs. And he would just have spitballs stuck to his guitar and his face and his shirt. It was gross. Oh, I had a big poster of Frankenchrist. Oh yeah. Was it the pink? I remember it. It said something like Paisley is dead. It had some anti-hippie sentiment, and it had kind of a Paisley design to it, right? I think that's right, Douglas. I think that's right. Oh, I'm way behind on the chat here. Hold on. Yeah, Jack. I'm not. I want to hear your noise, but if I do it correctly, one of those two ways, I'm gonna have a better experience with it. Pardon me.
Hi.
Cricket, you are all about something. I just fed you before the streams. Don't even give me you're hungry thing. Come here. Elbow. Oh, yeah. Look how Cricket likes the elbow.
Now give her the bracelets. Give her the bracelets.
Okay. Hold on. I'm going to get cat hair on me, but there's Cricket Bear.
Oh, she's a good girl. Cricket.
Cricket Bear.
Cricket. Hi, Cricket.
Look at it. Yeah. Don't knock anything down, crickers. Oh, now I got hair all over me. Yeah, so I think I was talking about something I forgot. Oh, yeah, but Peter's done a lot of cool stuff. I just don't know anything about that project as far as details or how it's going to get released. I have no clue. Not a clue. But I do know there's some cool stuff coming out soon as far as the Devo brand goes. I'm looking forward to it.
You know, in relation to that, Max has a comment.
Not this cricket, yeah. And you probably wouldn't even want to eat Cricket's food that she eats. It's
it is so nasty.
Stuff.
Mike used to like get up at 4 o'clock to feed them. Downstairs, and that's like, and I would sleep downstairs. And as soon as he would open that crap, man, I'm awake because it's so horrible.
Yeah. Well, now I feed him upstairs. So, Cricket, what are you waiting for, bud? So I wanted to mention. So tomorrow night is the Dallas Tetanus show. I'll try to get some footage of that. I don't know if you guys saw the other video footage I shot of them. They're pretty good. Also a reminder, if you haven't seen those 2 last videos I put up, including you, Tim, you should go watch them. Did you see what I found in the bins?
I did.
Okay. Wasn't that sick?
Yes. Well, I love that kind of stuff anyways.
Well, look, I'm going to just show it since we talked.
And Max says the crickets I ate were really good. Actually, I love eating bugs. And actually, bugs are really good for you. Like one of the highest protein. Yep, I've got it. I know it, and I love it.
That Obi strip, though, dude.
Yeah, I don't have. But what doesn't make sense is that's the Australian pressing.
No, it's not. It's Japanese.
It's Japan.
No, it's Japanese pressing. There's 2 or 3 Japanese pressings, different Obis. This is one of them.
But the white one, because if
well,
you notice,
I know what you're talking about, but this is a Japanese.
Everybody like the white album was released in Australia.
Yeah, I have that one.
It's a combination of their first 2 albums.
I have that one somewhere, but I don't think that white album has gray in the business as usual. I think it's all white. But anyway, this is definitely Japanese. And
I don't have Japanese, but mine's identical.
For those of you who are wondering, this came from 3 boxes of records, 3 cardboard boxes of records that I got free off the street in Raleigh, North Carolina a few days ago. A friend of mine was driving by and said, "Hey, at this address, there's 3 boxes of records." I went within 3 minutes of him texting me. I went over and grabbed them because it was only a 2-minute drive from my house. And this was one of the last records in the box that I saw, and this is the best one by far. This is the only one I'm keeping for my collection, I think. Really,
it's rare, anyways.
It doesn't have the insert though. You know, the sheet that always comes in Jap doesn't have that, but it's great shape, and it's in the shrink, dude. I couldn't believe it. I mean, that's why somebody was saying to me, maybe it was you. Oh, it's probably all picked over. I was like, no, because this would have been gone. Like anybody who knows anything. Anybody who knows anything about records knows this is worth more than putting on the street.
Oh, and like I said, it's their first 2 albums. Like Mike, did you notice that the song?
Well, this isn't.
Yes.
It just says no. It's just
no. It's not the same as the American the yellow version.
People just have to play with. Be good. Wait, Be Good Johnny is. No, wait. I'm getting confused on what's on the first album. What's on this? I think this is all. There's just the first album. There's 10 songs.
It's not.
I don't know much about it, but all I know is it's a pressing I don't have, and it was free off the street. Yeah, I know. But there was nothing else in that box from this era. Nothing else. It was so weird that this random Japanese pressing with Obi strip in the shrink. I can't get over it. That's called a miracle, kids.
And like I was hanging out with Colin from Men at Work just over a week ago, which is kind of cool.
Call his ass up. Let's talk to him.
Yeah, I don't have that much of a connection, but you know.
Well, at least your son's named that. It's kind of like your
all that crap, you know.
Oh, I love it. Tim's such an autograph hound. I love it. Love it. Dinner time. See you, Max. We appreciate you hanging out, Max, and your input and your talking of
mealworms tonight. Now, I don't know if I could do mealworms. Actually, I have a hard time with any of them.
Mealworms will do you.
The crunchy stuff, I'm just, yeah. I don't know why, but I don't think I could do it. Take care, Max.
Man, I got all this really, really good stuff. I got the Little Richard book, the record, all the 7 inches, the T-shirt, and I'm just waiting for the cats to fuck it up down there. So,
I'll give it time.
My life is constantly moving things around the house. My life is constantly finding places in the house to put stuff where the cats won't knock it off, or sleep on it, get hair all over it. Constant battle. But Hail Bear knows nothing of battles because he's always the winner. He doesn't even mess with battles because he knows he's just going to win.
Burnbot has something simple to say here.
Can I just say how much I love being a Devo fan? Well, Burnbot, I know what you're saying, and I think, tell me if I'm wrong, but I think the thing about being a Devo fan is discovering other Devo fans and kind of feeling like you belong to a group of people that don't belong to a group. And that kind of makes you feel better about not relating to a lot of people around you, which I think a lot of Devo fans, if they didn't go through that later in life, they certainly went through it when they were younger. So that's why I was drawn to Devo. They were talking about things that nobody else talked about in rock and roll at that point for me. And when I met people who were really into Devo later in life, they were always, well, not always, but a lot of times they were kind of cut from the same cloth that a lot of outcast kids were cut from.
And B says earlier while we were doing that, I have both their records. Cargo's an all-timer for me.
I like those first 2 records, man.
And I was going to try to show you B. I was on that cruise a little over a week ago, and he signed there it is. He signed the reel to reel of Cargo for me.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Pretty great.
Well, let me get back to this Devo family thing, because Ness was saying, I love my Devo group. The devotional that now for the 25th year, since its inception in 2000, this is the 25th year of that length of time we've done this. And on the 20th anniversary, what we like to do is, instead of really celebrating the band, which the band is the reason we got the thing together and typically the reason we do these things, but on these anniversaries, we really like to reflect more on the event and the people that come there. And me and Nick were talking, and we're like, man, even if we had to take this back to the day where it was like 30 to 100 people showing up, and but
quality.
But it's always people that we love hanging out with and we always get along with. And a lot of times, last couple of years, new people come in every year and then they come back the next year. So it's just that kind of experience with meeting Devo fans, which is typically always great for me, no matter where in the world I am. Meeting somebody who likes Devo, whether they know who I am or not, it's always somebody that I typically like. Okay, I can trust this guy to, tell me how to get to somewhere, or tell me where to go in this city. Or
and let me interrupt you for a second, Mike. Yeah. Did I misunderstand? Because I thought that the original, I was not involved early on. It's
what was this? What were we talking about?
But early on, 2000 and on, it wasn't. You're correct. It wasn't really about the band per se.
Well, it was.
But it was about the love of the band, wasn't it?
Right. Well, that's why the event happened, because me and my friend Scott Orsi, we were very active on this Alt Fan Devo news group.
And Scott comes every year too, which
he started devotional really with me, and so he managed the first.
Hey, Zep, what's up, man?
And he started Spud Talk. Anyway, so which is a news group. So we were these geeky, nerdy fans, and we liked meeting other people who liked the band and having these chats with them. But that was before you could really share stuff easily. Certainly, there was no cell phones that could easily do that back then. And we were just dying for a reason or somehow to convince people from all over the world, really, typically all over the US, for that news group to come somewhere where we could all hang out together and show our Devo stuff that we have, instead of trying to email a potato phone picture through something. We just wanted to get together.
Back then, there was a Devo obsesso, Michael Pilmer, and another fan that was literally replicating his.
Well, that was later. This was I think the first one I was called Devo Geek. I wasn't Devo Obsessor.
Oh, yet. You're right.
I can't remember, but it was early. And But it's always been about that, right? It's always been about once, and then once the people started coming and then kept growing or growing, growing, we were just like, wow, it's really great to hang out with people like that. That you, hey, Zep, dude. Oh, you already had it up there? Damn, dude.
Yeah, I told you about it too.
Zep, I don't know if you were here. Last couple times I was streaming, I mentioned, I don't know, you knew that I met your boy, right? I met your boy, and from the Pearl Jam, right? Eddie. So I met him at this festival, and he gave me his phone number, right? And so at the end of the festival, I just courtesy texted him and said, hey, great show. Nice to meet you. Here's a picture of us so you remember who I am. And then he never got back to me. Like 6 months pass, and just a few weeks ago, he texted me, hello, dear M. How you doing? You know, just we talked about, he always talks about Devo. That's all we really talk about is Devo. So I thought it was funny, and I wanted to mention to you that, yeah, Eddie Vedder texted me, talk about Devo. Isn't that a trip? Zep, I just hope that you and I are at a Pearl Jam show together one day.
So great.
Are you going to go see them in May at all, Zep? I know they're touring around. Are you going to see them in May? I know they're doing a few shows in May. They're actually playing twice here in Raleigh, North Carolina, but I don't think I'm going to be in town for it, dude. Burnbot, it would be one of the, I'm going to just say it would probably be one of the best things you could do with your time. I mean, you wouldn't regret it.
And you will not miss another one after that time.
Going to the Pittsburgh show. What date is that, buddy? Tell me what date that is. Yeah, so yeah, he's playing twice in Raleigh, dude, and I'm not going to be here, I don't think. Fuck. If I could only be here to hang out with Eddie Vedder for a couple days.
It was kind of fun.
Domo arigato, filmo robato, domo.
And then
him too. I almost listened to that album the other day. Kilroy was here.
Oh, I did. I listened to the Real to Real the other day.
Oh, that's a good album. I saw that tour.
Oh yeah, I mean, amazing.
I still have the 3/4 sleeve jersey tour shirt.
Question from Mike.
Am I good to shoot you an email? Of course. Yeah, hell yeah. I'll open them on the stream if you want. And if they're available anywhere for sale, I'll tell people about it. Yeah, I love discovering stuff that way, for sure. And what I'll do, what I used to do a lot more often than I have in the last few months is do these videos where I do what I call needle drops or laser drops on CDs, where I'll play stuff that people have sent me, just little clips of it, little snippets for people.
All right, Mikey.
I haven't done that in a long time, but I do have a crate of stuff that I need to do that for. So what I think I might do at this point is, rather than talk about the things that I'm playing in a chronological way, I'll just group them in certain groups of music. I don't. So yes, I want those CDs for sure. Thank you for that.
And I was doing that silly on purpose.
Okay, 16th and 18th. Yeah, I think that's a few days after the Raleigh one or something. All right, that's good to know. I'll let you know if. I mean, maybe I don't know. Maybe I can come up to see shows with you there. I don't know. But if I'm with you at a Pearl Jam show, Zep, we're going to be hooked up.
Burn by.
Oh, I got one more thing to say. I finally released my first demo EP as XJ. Congrats, Burnbot. Now, just do me a favor. Before the release gets too old and you hate it, while you still can, figure out a way to just make even handmade CDRs, make covers for them, and just say limited edition 5, and just make sure you make them. Hell, send me one. But
I was going to say, like, ask for help.
But I'm just saying, like, make it a physical thing, no matter how you have to do it, whether it's cassette or CDR or whatever. Just make it a physical thing. Put away whatever you make, send it to friends, but keep a few of them for you. Just put them in your archives. 20 years from now or 5 years from now or whatever, you'll be glad you have that physical release of your stuff, right? Yeah, no, it's a lot better than nothing. In fact, you've made something. And just because now it might be a blessing in disguise that you can't find a singer. Maybe you don't need one. Have you ever, Burnbot, thought about using, instead of a singer, samples from tapes like I use on the channel, spoken word records? You can find a lot of stuff that you will probably just randomly and happily find fit in your songs. And
it can say the message you want to say, but it's already done.
And it's a lot easier than dealing with lead singers. Believe me, I was a lead singer. Pain in the ass. They don't carry equipment.
Look at that diva. I mean, come
all
on.
I got to do is sing. What'd do if I had the resources? Just look, guess what? I'll say this. I can at least get a friend of mine to burn you 5 CDs. If you send me as long as you promise to make packaging for the CDs, I will somehow find a way to get you 5 burned CDs. Maybe Peter Graves or somebody can help us with that. But somebody,
and you know what? He could send me, and
or 10 CDs.
I can burn as many as you want.
Let's just make it a limited pressing for him, as long as he promises to do cover art and make the cover art,
and I can print some the cover art.
Don't go too far, Tim. We gotta let him do something.
But you, Burnbot, you've got to come up with the artwork.
Burnbot, you've got a printer, right? You can at least do that part, and then you can number them by hand. Okay, Peter can burn the CDs. See, we're getting Burnbot gets burned CDs. Yeah, Burnbot, the burned EP. You can call it the burned EP. Don't let me name your shit. Don't let me name your shit. You already came up with the whole Burnbot burned CDs reference, but yeah, the burned EP, and it's only available on a burned CDR. Yeah, so Peter Graves can help with burning the CDs and whatever. I think we could. I just think it's important.
We got you, man. We got you.
Because there's too many times when I think people will look back and go, "Oh, that band I was in, that we just played in the garage, or we just played in the basement, or I just made stuff on my computer and then didn't really keep it, or there was never a physical thing." I think that's just important.
Burnbot says "Burnt" will be the next EP.
That's right, Burnt. Yeah. Yeah. So there you go. And but you have to promise, Burnbot, that you'll actually do the work on. Now, if you have a printer, I'm hoping you do. Okay, you have a cover planned, burgundy with a bush. Okay. Well, great. Maybe you want butter knives or tuna to illustrate that for you.
No, but like a real photo, if that's the case.
But yeah, you should go ahead and what I used to do when I was really young, of course, way before anybody had a computer or anything, making flyers and tape covers for my bands. I would just go to magazines and newspapers and whatever paper stuff I could find and cut out stuff and just make it something that appealed to me.
And that stuff was cool back in the day.
I liked it. It was fun doing it that way, getting glue all over your fingers and learning how to use scissors really well.
Reading it, it's like it was always so amazing,
So, Burnbot, you have me all talkative about your creativity, but I swear, if you just make something physical and treat it in your own mind as this is my first release, there's only 10 of them or 20 of them or however many you want to make, put a lot of them back in your archives, give a few out, and then move on to the next project. But you'll have that one representation.
And use that image that you're planning on for the cover, black and white, but then
now Tim wants to art direct.
Tinge the plant green. Like I just would love that shit. I'm seeing
Tim's talking about tinging.
I'm seeing what they're talking about.
The Burnbot green. So yeah, we have to shut this down a little bit. I just realized what time it is. I absolutely will do that. Well, I think you'll find that years later, you'll be glad you created something physical, and then you have to take it to the next level and then make maybe a mass produced cassette, maybe make a 7-inch one day. That stuff makes you immortal in some ways, as immortal as a CDR could be. But I've got some CDRs that still work. They're from a long time ago.
Yeah.
So coming up, all I got is there's a rock show coming up this weekend. Otherwise, I'm going to be working my ass off until I have to go out of town at the end of April. And let me just remind everybody that the Grail that I got on eBay, Little Richard Miller grows up.
And if anybody knows this guy, it's like that's truly a Grail, and it really is nice. And all those photos, and I tried to find the answer, Mike, and I did not. How did he play the guitar or the organ or piano or anything else?
Layman's question.
Because hold on.
Let's talk deeper.
Every time, they would hang a guitar on him. They would but he can't do anything with them. But
okay. How do you think Jesus walked around all the time in those sandals without them falling off? It was magic, Tim.
He had them remote control. That was different.
He could have made Crocs back then and been more comfortable. He was in control. His dad was.
No, comfort was not supposed to be a thing.
Lisa, certainly not for Catholics. Guilt was a thing. They found comfort in guilt.
No, that's how you spell the Keo.
Big Hurl was always priced. Well, just quit drinking coffee and all that money you save, put out a 7-inch, because that's an expensive addiction. Coffee. I've never drank coffee, but caffeine in general. Yeah, you can't. Chris, you got to be careful because, different inks behave differently with different chemicals. That's for sure.
You're honestly better just leaving it alone and not.
There's Todd. Everybody's showing up in the last
What's up, brother? Dang, I have not even talked to you forever.
Jesus sandals were blessed. You know, and there's a lot of neighbors around that I've seen in North Carolina that are blessed because they have a sign in the yard that says I'm blessed. So I know.
No, that said that they have a chest.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Blessed with a chest.
You were misreading entirely again.
I think coffee's gross. Yeah, I could never drink it. I actually I never could drink hot drinks. I tried hot chocolate.
No, and he actually thinks it's gross too because I would he doesn't do anything like that. And I had my own little Keurig and I'm doing it and he's
Keurig,
like,
what kind of
what is that gross smell?
Oh, I don't like the way coffee smells. Oof.
Yeah, that's what I was telling her.
It smells like burnt feet.
Yeah, he hated it.
Jesus couldn't afford no Birkenstocks. Those were knockoffs. Those were backer racks he had on. They were like the Kmart brand of Birkenstocks. Walmart brand.
Todd is at Asphalt.
Yeah.
State College right now.
You thought you'd seal it, but
wait, Chris Willoughby. Are you in Willoughby, Chris?
And look, it would have sealed if they had written on paper, but that dome is going to be more chemical resistant than so it's going to that marker is going to come off the dome. But if it was on paper and you wanted to seal it with something, that might work. But yeah, the plastic dome.
Ness had bullshit because I know you, so don't even try to give me that crap.
Is all you drink. Oh, when you're not drinking other things.
Bullshit.
We want noise. Pip. How do you know Pip? I haven't seen Pip. I have a friend named Pip. I haven't seen her in many years. She's a crazy goth girl.
Richard James is back.
Richard, how are you? I know we all want noise, don't we? Well, that's where you should go listen to your Quiet Riot album.
Yeah.
Mental health. Mental health.
We would really love you to do noise. Oh, Geelong, Australia. All right, because where I live, next city over is Willoughby.
Oh, wow.
That's pretty funny.
That's right. I remember Willoughby, Ohio, when I used to live up there. Now, Chris, interestingly enough, a lot of these records I found in the boxes free on the street recently were Australian pressings. Like Australian pressing of what are their names? Those goddamn hippies. Simon and Garfunkel. Yeah. Australian pressing like that.
Richard James says, I'll do noise if his Willie joins in on the actor fact.
Well, he's threatened to do so, but I think only in a joking manner. I mean, he could even do scratching noises. I was hoping Hail Bear would do noise. Well, Douglas, here's the thing. Usually to do good noise, you have to have not only opposable thumbs, but lungs. Some way to make noise.
He's not real.
He doesn't even have internal organs. So there's no open orifices or wind bags. He's pretty silent. But Douglas,
Wait, are you talking about the sound of silence?
Australian Simon and Garfunkel. Yeah. Yeah, it's like a gatefold, cool cover. So yeah, there's some interesting stuff in there. Stuff that is not typical of flea markets, or thrift stores. But I did hear from somebody in Australia who commented on one of the social media posts I made that that was typical stuff that you would find in, I guess not the Men at Work album, but most of that stuff he said was just typical stuff you'd find in a flea market or a thrift store out in Australia. Oh, there we go. See, maybe William will join. I mean, I think Richard and William should come up and we just make an exception and not have other people come up, just Richard and William and me and you. And we do a 4-square noise session and William can scratch records and even make the record, the needle skip and drop and do all kinds of whack shit if he wants. Who cares? And then Richard can just keep saying the word noise over and over again. Noise, question mark, noise. He could just do that over and over while doing jumping jacks and maybe a fart wheel. Zuna Tuna.
Yeah,
hey, Zuna, I didn't know you were hanging around this long. Thanks for being here. Yeah, we're going to shut this down.
Yeah. Thank you for joining.
Tim, I'm going to drink another beer if you want me to call you afterwards, if you're around.
Yeah, it's all good, man.
All right. And then I'm going to take a 4-mile walk tonight, you guys. Thanks for being here, everybody.
Patrick. Hey, love you all. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah,
And
Tim's getting a lovey-dovey tonight.
I'm going to head on out. But you
all right, Tim, I'll call you in a minute.
Great rest of the week and weekend.
Right on.
Bye.
All right, Tim, see you later. All you guys, thanks for being here. Thanks for helping me on my therapeutic journey through Thursdays. I hope the stuff I showed and told about today was interesting and fun. And that little Richard Miller book is something that I hold dearly to my collection. So yeah, I'll see you next Thursday. Everything works out well. We'll be here. And I really want you to know that I hope the rock and roll gods bless you all as they blessed me. And I want you to know that the last person who types something in the chat when this goes dead gets a ticket in the drawing. And the drawing will happen next month. And we're going to get Futurismo to announce what they're going to send us. So everybody, thanks for your support. And thanks for your efforts to become more of a creator and slightly less percentage of a consumer. And I think you'll enjoy that. I'm going to end by finishing this last swaller. And I love you guys. All right, who's going to be last? See you later.